Good morning. How are you today? Oh, really? That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Welcome to Be in the World Yoga. I'm Christina. My husband's looking at me like I'm a doofus now. Anyway, I'm Christina, and thanks for joining me today. I don't know if you've seen the other live yoga classes, where we're actually in my living room most of the time, and today I get the pleasure to be in my parents' yard. Well, this is just a portion of their yard, the beautiful swimming pool that they have, and this is just smack in the middle of Queens, New York. No, I'm just kidding. This is we're upstate. We're surrounded by trees, and there are some beautiful, beautiful trees that I would love to just actually do my yoga in right now, but this is a little bit more steady ground over here. We haven't done yoga Wednesday live here yet, so this is just a nice little area that we chose today to do yoga. And it actually works out perfect because we're going to be doing yoga for the Swadisthana Chakra, which is the second chakra. You notice I just said chakra and then I said chakra because they're both the same. The pronunciation can go either way, chakra or chakra. And chakras, I'm going to use that one for now to be consistent with that, are these beautiful spinning energy wheels that are inside. They go up the spine, and there's also some all over the body. There's some especially strong healing chakras in the hands that relate to the heart. But when our chakras are out of alignment, or when we notice that we're not feeling balanced in whatever way you may be feeling this, that may mean that our chakras are out of alignment. So you have 7 going up the spine all the way to the crown of the head, starting from the tailbone. Then it goes to the pubic bone, the belly button or solar plex area, a little bit under the belly button. Then you have the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra, which is basically the culmination of all of the chakras meeting here at the top, at the crown of the head. And each one of those chakras have a different color. The one we're going to be working with today is an orange color. The Swadisthana Chakra relates to areas of creativity and also reproduction, sexuality, sex organs and stuff like that. But the feeling of feeling sensual, but also creativity, which is, one of my biggest things that I like. I like creativity. I like being creative. I admire creative people. And of course, there's more ways to be creative than one. Creativity doesn't necessarily mean you can paint a beautiful picture or you can take a beautiful photo or draw. It can also mean, can you create stuff? Can you make things happen? Can you be productive and create something that you desire to create? For instance, maybe you want to create your own yoga website. Can you actually be productive in that and take action on that and just think of beautiful ways to make that your own with your own individual ideas and creation and imagination. So sometimes if you've noticed that you ever feel perhaps a feeling of lack of creativity, you may have an imbalance. Maybe you have an addiction. Maybe it's an addiction to doing yoga all the time. You may also have an imbalance in your Swadhisthana chakra. So that's what we're gonna, work on today. There's all different things that we could say about it. On the physical aspect of it, we're working with the hips. We're opening up the hips, which is really good because that also helps the spine. We're also going to do some grounding poses because that's going to help you to feel the foundation nice and grounded so that all the other chakras or everything, all the beauty of you that stacks on top of that can feel that beautiful foundation, that beautiful balance. So in order to really help all the other chakras, you have to also create that balance in your life through the first chakra, which is the Mooladhara Chakra. So we will do some stuff there. Another note on chakras is that I'm sorry, what did you just say? My husband just interrupted me. What? No, baby. Oh, okay. He asked me if I was hot. Actually, it's honestly the only time I like to sweat is in yoga anyway, so I don't really just like to stand there sweating, but I do like sweating in yoga. I don't mind it so much. So anyway, I did mention to say hello on the live, but now it's 10:01, and I don't know if I have time to say hello just yet because I don't want to take away from your yoga practice, although I do see a couple of thingies here. I'm just going to that live. Oh, hey, Judy. Hi. Mwah. Love you, Judy. Hey, Lori. Mwah. Love you, too. That's right. So I don't know if I mentioned this. I am at my mom's pool. Did I mention that? My dad's pool. Their beautiful house. It's gorgeous. We're so lucky to come here. It's a sanctuary for us. But let's get started, right? So a couple of things you might want to have handy. Water. Some tissues. Can you grab some tissues really quick? A yoga mat. And I didn't bring my own blocks to demonstrate for you, but actually some yoga blocks you might want. Or you could use shoe boxes, sturdy shoe boxes, if that works for you too. But that's just because you might need it when we're dealing with the hips. If your hips are tight, you might need to have something to help you balance there. Okay? And also I was thinking I was going to make a funny joke, but I didn't say it, so it's not going to sound funny now. But this was going to be, see if Christina falls in the pool day while doing yoga, which will be pretty interesting. And it'll be worth it if I get hot enough. So, all right, so a couple of things I have while I'm letting you scurry around and get anything you need to get. I have my yoga class here, my water bottle, and I have some tissues because we might need them for the first thing that we're going to do, which is called alternate nasal breathing. Okay? So alternate nasal breathing helps us balance the left and right side body, the left and right side brain, and also increases our immune system, helps us to take care of our lungs and our breathing patterns, and as well as, you know, there's so many glorious things. There's a numerous amount of things that this does. It can also serve as a beautiful intro into your daily meditation too. But you can do this every single day. Be consistent with your practice. See if you can create a discipline for yourself. And it's not about not having fun. It's just about, like, this is the time I'm going to do this, and this is the time I'm going to do that, and this is the time, just to create that discipline so that everything comes a little bit easier for you, that you don't sit there one day and go, oh, I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't do that. So maybe waking up at 6 in the morning to do some breath work if that does anything for you. So let's get started. Okay. So if you're just joining us, I'm Christina. Welcome to Be in the World Yoga. We're going to come to a nice comfortable seat. If you'd like, you can sit on a pillow or sit on a yoga block. And this way, your hips will be higher than your knees, which helps to open up the thighs a little bit more and to open up the hips a little bit more. By the way, if you're having trouble hearing me at all, please type it in because my husband will let me know if I need to make my voice louder. So coming to a nice, comfortable, cross-legged position. If this is comfortable for you, you can also take one leg out if that feels better. And take your hands face down on top of your knees. Close your eyes. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. A nice sigh. Let everything go here. Beautiful. Take 2 more cleansing breaths just like that. Inhale. And let the exhale cleanse you. Beautiful. Breathe into the lungs. Inhale. Exhale. Gorgeous. And we're going to throw one more in there. Imagine that this last breath is like a wave that washes everything over you, just cleans you full with this beautiful big wave. So take that big inhale. Let that wave come on over you. Exhale. Just cleansing everything out. Gorgeous. And we'll take a moment here to sit with the normal breath here, or just without forced breath, being mindful and aware of our breath. You can follow your breath at the nostrils or at the belly. Maybe seeing the breath rising and falling in the belly, or just noticing the breath at the chest or nostrils. See if you can keep your spine nice and long. Relax your shoulders. Bring your attention and your awareness to your hips and start to relax your hips. Notice if there's any tension there. And just keep telling that area to let go. Right where the femur bones enter the hip sockets, just ask that area to let go. Noticing your breath. Gorgeous. Let's take the palms together to heart center, opening our practice with the sound of Om. Take a nice bright inhale into the belly. Beautiful. And take your thumbs to your third eye. Bow inward towards yourself, towards the great divine within you, merging and connecting your individual light with the universal light. And take your thumbs to your heart center. Flutter your eyes open. Gorgeous. Take a nice big inhale. Arms reach up overhead. Palms come together. Clasp your hands. Turn those beautiful palms out and reaching up towards the sky. Take a nice inhale. Keep softening those hips. Take a few more breaths here. Beautiful. Take another inhale. Press those palms up. Exhale. Hands come behind the back. Clasp the hands. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your heart up. Take a few breaths here. Expanding your rib cage. Drawing those shoulder blades closer to one another. Beautiful. Take your hands out to the side. So, coming into alternate nasal breathing. Take your right hand, pointer finger and middle finger can come right to the pad of the thumb, and then the ring finger and pinky finger can connect one on top of another like this, or they can just glue themselves together. Another option is taking the pointer finger and middle finger and putting right in between your eyebrow, your third eye there, and then you'll alternate with the pinky and the ring finger to close off the nostrils. So try that hand position, that mudra first, whichever one feels more comfortable. And then we're going to take our hands in front of us. We'll take a nice inhale and an exhale. And this will just be a little sample right now. We'll just do this one whole round of this. Take a nice inhale. Exhale out through the nose. Close off the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale into the left nostril. Then close off the left nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Keep the right nostril open as you inhale now through the right nostril. Close off the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. And that's one whole round, and then you continue. Inhale through the left nostril. Close off the left nostril. Exhale right. Inhale through the right nostril. Nice and slow, steady breath here. Close off the right nostril. Exhale left. Slow and steady. Inhale left. Close off the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Keep your chest high. Close off the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left nostril. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close off the right nostril. Exhale left. Now for these last 2 rounds, keep your gaze focused at one point, and hopefully we've done 6 after the next 2. Inhale, this is 1 round. Inhale left. Close the left. Ah, there's a bug. Exhale right. Oh, Jesus. I don't mind bugs, I just mind when they scream in my ear. Close off the right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Inhale left. Close the left. Exhale right. Last one. Inhale right. Close the right. Exhale left. So, close your eyes. Take your pointer finger and thumb together and turn your palms up. Just noticing how you feel. Noticing how the breath feels in your body. Beautiful. And open up your eyes. Okay, let's get moving. So this is where the tissue comes in. You might need a tissue right now to blow your nose. I'm okay, because I actually did blow my nose this morning and did a little bit of a yoga nidra this morning. So, or not yoga nidra, alternate nasal breathing. So there's a pen here. Let's come into tabletop position. We want to move our spine here. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Take the wrist creases, lining them up with the front of your mat, and spread your fingers away from each other. You want to take the the tips of the fingers and press them into the ground, pressing your hands into the floor. Lift up your heart into your back here. Then take your tailbone, reach it back towards the back of your mat. Take a nice inhale here for that long spine, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. And exhale out through the nose. Beautiful. We'll start moving the spine. Inhale. And exhale, round the spine. Tailbone reaches down. Let your head drop here as you press the hands into the ground. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, peel your heart open. Exhale, take a few more cat-cows here. Really exploring the spine here for a moment. And take a moment to even focus on the spine in your low back, your tailbone area. Beautiful. And then bring your attention to your pubic bone, which is where the Swadisthana is, where it lies. So imagine the pubic bone having a dance with the tailbone right now. So when the tailbone goes up towards the sky, the pubic bone reaches back towards it. When the pubic bone reaches forward, the tailbone reaches back towards the pubic bone. Beautiful. So noticing this area here. Noticing how you feel there. Beautiful. Take another round here. And then inhale. Open up your heart. Exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Start to draw your belly in. Now this time, reaching your tailbone back behind you. Take a few breaths. Another inhale. Exhale. Gorgeous. Let's take knees to the ground. Come into a nice child's pose, sitting on the heels, forehead to the ground. Take your hands back behind you. Inhale, reach up overhead and come back into tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet here now, letting one heel come down at a time. And then maybe pivot your heels left to right, whatever you want to do here. Maybe you want to lift one leg up to the sky, stack the hips, and just open up the hip there. Beautiful. You can try the other side if you like. Anytime you want to come into a child's pose or anything, you can go ahead and do that. Beautiful. Remember, it's your practice. You're listening to your body. And we'll start to walk the feet forward to meet the hands, coming into a nice forward fold. Take a nice inhale, flat back, lengthening your spine. Then hinge at the hips as you fold the upper body over the lower body. Let your head hang here. And let your arms hang. Let them dangle from your shoulders. You can actually grab onto the insides of the elbows here for a little ragdoll. Maybe you take your feet hips distance apart. Rock left to right. Can I loosen my upper body here? Can I just let that melt over the legs? You can also bend your knees, of course, if the hamstrings are feeling pretty tight right now. Keep letting the back of your neck go. You're not looking up. You don't need to see anything right now. You just need to let go. Gorgeous. Now start to take your weight towards the balls of your feet as well as the heels. So see if you can even that weight out. And take a nice inhale, straighten the backs of your legs if you can, if you haven't had them straightened yet. Inhale, exhale, let the hands drop to the floor. Get really lazy in the upper body here. Now balance the weight on the front part of your feet and the back part of your feet. Soften your knees. Start to take your tailbone down towards the floor. You can actually imagine your pubic bone rounding inward between your legs here as you roll up the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping those arms nice and limp. Keep the chin in towards the chest. Crown of the head's the last thing to come up. Beautiful. And then also I like to get those shoulders going afterwards too, because mine are usually the last thing to come up here. So coming to the top of your mat for mountain pose, some of us like to take our feet together, toes together, heels slightly apart so that the edges of your feet are in line with each other, and some of us like to take our feet hips distance apart. Beautiful. And then we're going to do a few rounds of sun salutations, because this is a great way to explore your creativity and invite more creativity, and also to open up those beautiful hips of yours. So this will be a very sun salutation-y class today. Starting with the first sun salutation. Coming into your mountain pose, balance the weight evenly in the front part of your feet and the back part. And then start to squeeze your thighs in towards one another, engaging the tops of the thighs. Lift up through your kneecaps. This is going to neutralize your hips as your spine lifts up nice and long towards the sky. Beautiful. Take those shoulders back up and around. Turn open your palms. Inhale. Reach the hands up to the sky. palms come together. And exhale, hinging at the hips, long spine as you reach extend through the fingers, extend through the spine, and then come into that forward fold here. This is where you can have blocks on the floor. Inhale to a fingertips to the ground, block. Exhale, fold forward over the leg. Soften your knees. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Palms come together. Exhale, prayer right down through center line. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, long spine as you fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Use your breath. Exhale, fold. Hinge at the hips. Soften your knees. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Reverse swan dive. Palms come together. Exhale, prayer down through center line. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Inhale to flat and exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up. Arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms come together right down through center line. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, long spine. Round to your body here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Palms come together. Prayer down through center line. One more time. You don't have to listen to me. You can go on your own here. Inhale. Exhale, hinging at your hips. Inhale, flat back. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise on up. Palms come together. Let's go right into the next few poses. Exhale, forward fold. Take those arms around, down to the floor. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, soften your knees. Take your hands to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Pressing your hands into the floor. Lift up through your low belly. Send your heart forward between the arms. Inhale. And exhale, knees to the ground. Lower your belly down. You can bring your head to the floor too if you like. Elbows hug the side body. Inhale. Point the toes and the tailbone down. Peel the heart up. Cobra pose. Exhale. Soften. Tuck your toes. Lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. And that's one long exhale there. Take a nice inhale, pressing your hands into your mat to send your hips up and back. You can soften your knees here if you need to. Exhale, feel the heels guide towards the ground. Feel the thighs reach back. Inhale. Exhale, turn the tops of your arms outward. So round them towards the floor. Inhale, look forward. And take 2 steps forward or walk your feet all the way to the top of the mat, coming right into a flat back on that inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up overhead, palms together, and going straight through the forward fold. Exhale. Round your upper body over your lower body. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, soften your knees, hands come to the ground, step back to plank pose. Take a nice, beautiful inhale here, long spine. Exhale, knees to the ground, bend those elbows and let them skim the side body here. Point the toes, pubic bone reaches into your mat. Inhale, peel the heart up off the ground. Gorgeous. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Beautiful. If you want, you can come into child's pose anytime you want. You can pivot the feet, pedal out through the feet. Take a few breaths here. Pressing those hands into the front of your mat, pushing the front of your mat away from you. Inhale, look to the top of your mat and step your feet or take that nice walk to the top of the mat. Inhaling right away to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Palms together. And then exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. Press your hands into the ground. Press the tips of your fingers in. Exhale, knees to the ground. Lower your heart. Press the pubic bone. Inhale, peel the heart open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take 3 breaths here. And while we're here, it's option to stay here or option to lift those legs up to the sky, stacking the hips, enjoying a beautiful stretch, or just letting your feet get creative in space here. Or even just coming into your child's pose. Beautiful. Shake out your head if you want. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. And walk or step your feet to meet the hands, coming straight into that beautiful flat back. We're drawing the shoulders back, reaching the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Overhead, palms come together. Let's take the thumbs right to the hip thigh. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Feeling the energy shift in your body. Then take the thumbs to your heart center. Gorgeous. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips for that beautiful forward fold, long spine. Back of the neck is long. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step both. Actually, take only 1 foot back this time because I did want to change it up. So, if you're starting at the mat in a nice forward fold, take that beautiful inhale again. And exhale, step that right foot back behind you. Now, we're going to take the knee to the ground. So you might want to have a nice towel underneath your knee here if it feels a little painful just to put your knee down. Now you're going to take your left foot. Make sure you give yourself enough space here, which means you want to maybe have it hips distance apart, maybe more. Press your left foot into the ground and take your hands right on top of your left knee. Let's rise up here, pushing into that left foot, and have the right knee over the right hip over the right knee. Take your hands to your hips here. And we'll just move a little bit here in the hips. Take your tailbone down towards the floor and try to send your pubic bone forward as you soften in the hips here. So this is going to keep protecting in our low back too. Just moving in and out with the breath. And then coming all the way into it. Keep guiding the tailbone down. Squeeze your thighs in towards the center of your body. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. You can take your palms together. If you don't want your hands up, take your hands to your hips. And just stay here, breathing into your right hip here. Maybe you want to keep the spine nice and long. Maybe you're feeling super open today. You look up to the sky, opening up your chest, opening up your heart. Try not to scrunch the back of your neck. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step both feet back to plank pose. And we're going to lower the knees to the ground. Your belly down to the floor. Meet the toes. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Enjoy that stretch for a moment. Gorgeous. And we'll take the next inhale. Let the right foot reach up to the sky. You can stack the hips, or you can just let that foot rise up. Beautiful. Exhale, pull the right knee into the belly. Send the right foot towards the right thumb. Left knee comes down to the floor. Press into that right foot as you take the hands onto the knee. And we'll move in and out here. Use the breath. Remember to keep your pubic bone reaching forward, your tailbone reaching down. So I like to put all that beautiful weight into the front foot here as I soften into the back hip. So it's my stopper. It's my resistance over here. And a few more times, opening up that hip. And then we'll do a nice, beautiful hip opening. This is Anjaneyasana. Press into that right big toe. Tailbone reaches down. Inhale. Arms reach up to the sky or to the hips. Take a few breaths. Gorgeous. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to take the hands underneath the shoulders and send your weight onto your right foot to step both feet together in a nice forward fold. Inhale to flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold again. Soften your knees. Inhale, arms reach out and up overhead. Palms come together. Exhale, hinge at your hips, long spine, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, this time take your left foot back behind you, knee to the ground. Press into the right big toe and the right foot. And this time either take your hands onto your knees to rise up, or you could just sweep your hands up to the sky and already come into that hip opening. So if you're coming from here, hands on the hips, then you're going to start to soften the hips forward. Otherwise, rising up into that, take a few breaths. Feel your thighs squeezing in towards one another. Keep reaching the tailbone forward here. And soften into those hips. Gorgeous. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Press yourself all the way back to plank pose. Take an inhale here. Strong hands. Press into the tips of the fingers. Exhale, knees to the ground. Lower the belly down. Point the toes. Inhale, opening up your heart into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gorgeous. If you want, inhale that left leg up to the sky. Stack the hips. Make some fancy moves here, maybe circling the ankles. Gorgeous. Keep pressing those hands into the front of the mat. And take your foot back to center. Exhale, pull the knee into the belly. Left foot comes to the top of the mat. Right foot reaches down to the floor. And bring yourself up. Take that beautiful inhale. Exhale, softening into the hips. Take a few breaths here. Squeeze your thighs towards the center. It's going to help stabilize the pelvis. One more beautiful breath here. Inhale. Exhale, send your weight onto that front foot. Step both feet together in a nice forward fold here. And you can grab the backs of your arms here if you like, the wrists here. Gorgeous. Release them. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees. Tailbone reaches down. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Palms come together. Exhale, prayer right down through the center line. And let's do a nice little side stretch here for a moment. So coming to feet hips distance apart. And we're going to lift up that spine nice and long. Inhale, grab onto the right wrist. I'm mirroring you right now, so I'm grabbing onto my left wrist. You'll grab onto your right wrist. Inhale, long spine. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Take another inhale. And exhale, step your right foot back behind you. And reach your right hand over to the left side. Take a nice, beautiful stretch. You can look down towards the floor. And I always feel so elegant and poised and graceful here. Just enjoy that body language. Gorgeous. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, the hands down. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, take them back. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Grab onto the left wrist. And then take that left foot back behind you as you reach up and over. Breathing into your left side rib cage. You can pull gently on that wrist there. Gaze down to the floor. Bending through the front leg here. Just enjoying your body. Enjoying this creative pose and how it feels in your body. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, take those hands down. Walking, if you're not there yet, to the front of your mat. Take your feet hips distance apart. And we're going to come onto the balls of the feet here. So this is going to be a little bit of balance here. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky and lift up your heels now. Exhale, send your seat down and keep your arms reaching up high, or if you'd like, just reach them forward. Take a few breaths here. Your legs may shake. Don't worry about it. It's all about activating things, right? Strengthening your body to hold your beautiful container, to contain your beautiful spirit is what I meant to say there. Take another inhale. Exhale. Take the hands down. Shake out the legs, wobble out the body here. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees. Come onto the balls of the feet. Gaze forward. Take a few breaths. You can do it. Exhale. Take your hands down. Woo, baby. One more time. Feel those thighs working. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, come onto the balls of the feet. Let your tailbone reach towards the floor as your belly moves back. Take a few breaths. Squeeze your thighs in towards one another. Strong legs here. Take another inhale and exhale. Straighten the legs as you fold forward over the legs here. Let your head just relax, melt off the body. Neck releasing the head like a bowling ball. Beautiful. And soften your knees. Roll up your spine. A little massage here. Vertebrae by vertebrae to come up. I definitely need some water right now. All right, so if you want to take a little water break with me. Well, I'm getting a sweat mustache here. It's very classy. Okay. So, come to the top of your mat again. Take your feet hips distance apart. Whoo, baby. Ready to go here. Ready to breathe. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, lift the heels into that Swadisthana balance. Inhale, lift up your heart. Exhale, fold forward, let the heels come down and fold over the legs. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step the right foot back behind you. Take the right knee down to the ground. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, take your hands down to the floor and press your hands into the floor. Reach through the right heel. So coming into a low lunge here. You can also have blocks on the floor here. Beautiful. Take that right hand a little bit out to the side here, and then start to press the right hand into the floor, guiding the right shoulder blade onto the back. That's going to take you into a twist. Inhale, lift that left arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Take a few breaths. Gorgeous. Exhale, right knee comes down to the ground. And now if you can bend that back leg and reach for the foot, start to draw the left shoulder back, look up to the sky. Take a few breaths. Nice hip opening here. Gorgeous. And then coming back to center, going to open up the back of the leg so hands can come to blocks. As you straighten through the front leg, take an inhale and exhale. Hinge over the front leg here. So you're hinging here. Try not to round the back here. Come up higher if you feel the need to round. Lifting your heart forward. Opening up the back of the leg. Have those toes pointed towards you. Take another inhale, lengthen your heart forward, and take the foot to the ground. Come onto the ball of the back foot and step both feet back to plank pose. We're going to go through our vinyasa here, or you can skip it and just come right back into child's pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, knees to the ground. Lower your heart. Point the toes, lift up your heart here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg reaches up to the sky. You can stack the hips. Exhale, pull the knee into the belly. Send the right foot to the top of the mat. Left knee comes down to the ground. Inhale, rise on up. Anjaneyasana. Squeeze your thighs together. Press in through the right big toe. Inhale again. Gorgeous. Exhale, hands to the ground. Come into that low lunge, reaching through your back heel. And we're going to take that left hand to the floor. Press it in there. Draw that left shoulder blade onto the back. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Keep pressing in through your right big toe, lifting up the back thigh. Gorgeous. Exhale. Knee to the ground. Bend the back foot, or you could just stay here with the knee on the ground and hang out. Bend the back knee, grab the back foot. Peel your heart open here. This is also a great chest opener too. Gorgeous. And bringing yourself back to center, taking the hands to the floor, straighten through your right leg. Send those hips back. So you're just going to keep your foot where it is, your knee where it is, and just shift the weight. Take a few breaths. You're feeling this in the back of the right thigh here. Inhaling to lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. You can let your head go if you like. Beautiful. Take a nice inhale, bending that front knee, and take both feet together. As you stand onto that right foot, you're going to step both feet together in a nice forward fold. Gorgeous. And then from here, inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Let's keep moving through this. Exhale, bend the knees, come onto the balls of the feet as you sink the hips down. Take another inhale, and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, left foot steps back behind you. Take the knee down. We're going to move a little bit faster. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Come into that lunge. Beautiful. Press the left hand into the ground. Shoulder blade meets the spine here. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Gorgeous. Exhale, take that knee down. Bend the back knee. Grab onto the ankle. Peel your heart open. Take a beautiful inhale here. Gorgeous. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back strongly into your plank. Inhale, lift up through your low belly. And exhale, knees to the ground, lower down. Point the toes. Inhale, peel your heart up. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Shake out the head to get rid of any tension. Beautiful. One more breath here. Inhale, left leg reaches up to the sky. You could stack the hips. Exhale, pull the knee into the belly. Send that foot forward. Right knee down to the ground. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right hand comes to the ground. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Beautiful. Peel the heart open. You can take that right hand out to the side a little bit more just to draw that shoulder blade onto the back. Exhale, knee to the ground. Reach back for your foot. You can do it. If it's not there today, don't worry about it. Tomorrow will be another day, right? Beautiful. Exhale, release that hand. And send all your weight onto your left foot as you come into that beautiful forward fold. Give yourself a sweet little hug here. Soften your knees. Inhale. Arms reach all the way up to the sky. Palms come together. Exhale, prayer down through center line. Gorgeous. Take yourself to the center of your mat here. Talking can get me out of breath. And we're going to take our palms together and take a little jump because jumping is fun. Take an inhale and jump. Take your legs out to the side and then turn your right toes towards the front of your mat. Bring your heels in line with each other for warrior two. And so that your heels are in line with each other, you're making a nice, beautiful right angle with your feet. And start to take your hands onto your hips. We'll start to move into that right knee a little bit here for external rotation of the thighs. Just pressing in and out of it. What does it feel like to soften down? So just noticing how you react to certain movements, how they affect you. It's going to be different for some people. And one more time. Beautiful. Inhale, extend your arms, and exhale, right knee over the ankle. Warrior two. Let's gaze our eyes past the right fingertips here. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and lift up your heart. Take a few breaths, 3 to 5 breaths. And see if you can make the weight on the right foot, even sending the knee to the middle of the right ankle. Instead of leaning the right knee out to the side or to the center, see if you could stack it right in the middle there. Beautiful. Inhale, reach forward, turn your right palm up and lift up and back to peaceful warrior. Exhale, forearm comes to your thigh. And we're going to take that left arm and sweep it up and over for side angle pose. Keep that right knee moving over the ankle. Take a few breaths, pull your belly to the back of the spine. If you want, you can look to the floor depending on the neck. You can look up to the sky. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. And straighten through that leg. Take the arms down. Parallel your feet. Other side here. So, checking that your feet are, your heels are in line with each other, that you're making a nice 90 degree. You have to shift a little bit, perhaps. Beautiful, hands to the hips. And let's move in and out of these beautiful inner thighs. Don't fall. Better to fall forward than backwards into the pool. Or is it? Moving with the breath. Every time I come into softening the knee over the ankle, it's an exhale. Inhale to rise up. And then you can start to notice the knee stack over the ankle here, keeping it strong so that it doesn't wobble to the left and right, just goes right over. Beautiful. And inhale the arms. Exhale, knee over the ankle, gaze over the left fingertips. I like to remind myself to keep the back of the neck nice and long, chin parallel to the ground. Now let's start from the bottom up. Spread through your toes, pressing the feet into the floor. Beautiful, strong legs here. Lengthen your spine, lift up your heart. Extend out through your fingertips. Use the breath. Crown of the head lifting. Gorgeous. Inhale to reach forward. Turn the left palm up. Lift up and back. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, forearm comes to the thigh. Now gently press that forearm into the thigh to lift you up here and peel your heart open as the right arm can reach up and over, extending all the way from the edge of the back foot to the fingertips. Take a few breaths. You can use that arm there to open up your heart to the sky more. Gorgeous. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, take the hands down. Parallel the legs. Beautiful. Heel toe the feet in here. Shake out the feet and come to the top of our mat. Beautiful. So integrating that into a sun salutation and then adding a few things. So if you have blocks and you need blocks or a chair or anything, set that up for yourself in the front here. Let's go ahead and do it now. Beautiful. If you have blocks, they're going to be hips distance apart. Inhale. Arms reach up to the sky. So feel those feet rooting into the ground. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step the right foot back behind you. And come onto the ball of the back foot. Hands come to the knees here. Gorgeous. So, tailbone reaches down towards the floor. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, send your right arm forward and your left arm back behind you. So you see him twisting towards my front leg. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Turn your back heel down for warrior two. Open up your arms. Beautiful. Let's take an inhale, straighten through the legs. Palms come together. Exhale, warrior two. Gorgeous. Inhale. forward. Turn the left palm up and exhale, lift up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale the side angle pose. Beautiful. Inhale, rise back up. Straighten through your front leg for triangle pose. So hand comes to the knee or the shin, or it can come to a block here, right behind the shin. Beautiful. Right arm reaches up to the sky, long spine. Exhale. Keep your spine nice and long so as to not round the spine here. See, in the neck, I'm rounding the spine. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Exhale, bend through your front knee. And this is where we watch me fall into the pool. Hands to your hips. Hop the back foot in a little bit, and then reach for a block here for half moon pose. Taking your hand to the floor, you're going to keep that left knee bent still. Reach for the block. It'll look something like this. And then send your weight onto that foot. Straighten the leg out. I like to stay with the bent leg first. Straighten the right leg out. Flex through that foot. Beautiful. Now you may start to stack the hips. The right hand can reach up to the sky. Maybe look up to the sky. And that challenges your balance a super lot. Keep your spine nice and long. Take 3 breaths. Gorgeous. Exhale. Take that foot back behind you. Woo! Warrior 2. As graceful as you can. And exhale. Circle the hands down to the floor. Step back behind you. Go through a vinyasa, or rather take the knees to the edges of your mat. Toes together and sit into a nice child's pose. Forehead to the ground. Take a few breaths here. Beautiful. And then if you're not in downward facing dog, come into downward facing dog. Taking your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes and lifting your hips up and back. Beautiful. And inhale, right leg reaches up to the sky, stack the hips. Exhale, send the right foot forward, followed by the left into a gorgeous forward fold. Inhale, arms reach out and up overhead, palms come together. Exhale, prayer down the center line. Do it again. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step the left foot back behind you. Keep your thighs squeezing in towards the midline as you rise on up. High lunge. Inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. Exhale, left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Beautiful. Inhale those arms up to the sky again. Turn your back heel down and set yourself into your warrior 2. First, take a nice inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale. Gorgeous. Take an inhale, reach forward. Turn the right palm up. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, right forearm comes to the right thigh. Lift that left arm up and overhead, reaching through the edge of the back foot. Take an inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, rise up. Straighten through your front leg. Right hand comes to the shin or a block. Lift that left arm up to the sky. Triangle pose. So this is a beautiful pose if you have scoliosis. You really feel this beautiful, nice balance in your body, opening it up this way. So taking a few breaths here. Beautiful. Soften through your front knee. Warrior 2. Woo! And then from here, gonna hop the back foot and keep that right knee bent. Reach for your block or the floor. Spread through your standing toes of the standing foot. Keep that knee over, reaching towards the toes, and flex the back foot. As you rise on up, Lengthen your spine. So you may just start off like this with 2 hands on the floor, working it out. Maybe the left hand comes onto the hips. Maybe you start to lift up a little bit more. Keep that back leg extending. Take a few breaths here. Left hand can reach up to the sky. And challenging your balance by looking up to the sky if you like. Gorgeous. Exhale, take that foot down to the floor. Take the hands to the ground. Step back into downward facing dog. Shake out your head. Take a few breaths here. Sending those hips up and back. Knees to the ground, and then start to take them to the sides of your mat. Sit back onto your heels, forehead to the ground. Take a few breaths. And start to walk your hands underneath the shoulders, rising up. For fun. This is for fun. We're going to practice, since our hips are nice and open right now, we're going to practice crow pose. This is a beautiful balancing pose that is very challenging. It's very challenging. So it takes a lot of focus and concentration, noticing the very intricate, detailed little movements that are happening with the balance in this pose. Okay? So from here, take your hands onto the floor and then keep your knees together. Tuck your toes. Beautiful. Now start to send the weight on the palms of the hands. Start to press the fingers, tips into the ground. So don't send too much. Feel the hands pressing into the ground here. Lifting up, lifting the heart into the back of the spine. Beautiful. And then exhale, sit back up to the heels for a moment here. Gorgeous. And then we're going to take the hands to the ground just to walk ourselves into a nice squat. So take your feet together here. Don't fall in the pool. Beautiful. And now taking your hands onto the floor. Start to press the tips of your fingers into the floor and lift your hips up. Take the knees and wrap them around either the armpits or the top part of your arms. So some of us do it differently, where we put it in the armpits. I like to hold on to the outside of my top arms. And then from here, you just start to squeeze your knees onto the arms, squeeze the arms back into the legs. Lean forward. Start to feel the weight into the hands and how you have to press your hands into the floor a little bit more to resist toppling over, right? So that's where it gets really tedious, and you have to be very mindful of what's going on there. Beautiful. And then you can lift one leg up at a time and just notice how that feels. If you feel like, oh, my other foot can come up, take it up and see what happens. Maybe it's for 2 seconds. Maybe you fall on your head like I've done 1,000 times, which has actually always made me laugh. Sometimes I miss doing that, but I don't want to do it right now because this is very hard. So try it a couple of times, lifting up your hips, balancing into your fingertips, pressing them into the ground, maybe taking one foot up, maybe the other comes with you. Beautiful. And then you could take the feet down. Just going to show you the side way. And we're just having fun and being with balance here. You know? It's like riding a roller coaster. Take a few breaths. And of course, strength of arms is probably going to tell you how long you can stay in the pose for. So if you're someone who lifts a lot of weights, bicep curls, probably could stay in there a little bit longer. So let's come into a nice downward facing dog just to open up the body again. Gorgeous. Take your knees down to the ground. Sit onto your heels. Clasp your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders back. Lift up your chest here. This is a beautiful stretch for your pectoral muscles. Gorge, release the shoulders. And I'm going to give you 2 options for something that you can stay in a breath for about 5, for as long as you want, really. So you can stay in this pose for actually 3 minutes, but we'll stay in it for 5 breaths. Just want to teach you what it is. One is that you can come into that beautiful Baddha Konasana, where you take the feet together, hold on to the ankles, lengthen the spine, hinge at the hips, come into that forward fold and let your head go. Another one, which I like to call many things except frog pose. I like to curse this pose. But yeah, this is not an easy pose for me. Taking your knees, actually you could start off with your knees to the center and then take your knees out to the side and opening up your hips here, come into your frog pose. The forearms can come onto the floor. You could take your feet out to the side depending on your hips and what it feels like in your body, or you could take your feet together and start to even sit back. Y'all are going to see my booty now. You're going to sit back, perhaps, into it. And this is actually funny because I'm like a frog by the water right now. So coming into frog pose. An option would be, I'm not asking you to go get a towel right now, but you could put 2 towels under your knees and let them slip away. I'm going to do frog pose with you just because it's the more challenging pose to tell you how to get out of. So we'll take 5 breaths here if you haven't taken them yet. Softening your hips. Let your body relax. Anytime your body wants to scream, just give it a gentle message of it's okay, everything's going to be fine, you will survive this, it's just movement, you're fine. Gorgeous. Take your hands underneath your shoulder if you're in frog. If you're not, if you're in Baddha Konasana, roll up your spine. Now, if you're in frog, this is how you get out of it. You push your hands into the ground and squeeze your thighs together. Beautiful. Let's come all the way onto the beautiful back. Keep your knees facing up. Take your hands out to the side. Just noticing how you feel. Just keep those knees up for a second. If you want to keep the knees together, you can do that and take the feet to the side. Gorgeous. One quick bridge pose. Take your feet hips distance apart. Hands to the ground. Inhale, lift up your hips. Clasp your hands underneath your shoulders. Lifting up for your bridge. Press your fist into the ground to lift your spine up. Or lift your hips up, rather. Take a few breaths here. Exhale, hips to the ground. Release the arms. Grip onto your knees or come into happy baby. Rocking back and forth. And let's bring our knees together. Feet to the sides of our mats. Turn your palms up, close your eyes, and just allow yourself to melt into the ground for a beautiful Shavasana. Continue to allow your body to relax and soften into the floor. Notice your breath at the belly. just receiving your practice, all that beautiful opening, receiving this beautiful prana, this life force, inviting it into your body, this powerful healing energy, this beautiful creative energy, inviting it more and more into you. Rising up out of Shavasana. Keep your eyes closed. I lost my sound for a moment there, so apologies on the get up in Shavasana. Take your palms together to your heart center. Think about your beautiful life force, this beautiful creative energy inside of you. And we will seal our practice with the sound of Om, taking an inhale. Om. Thumbs to your third eye. The light in me is honored by the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. And my father's up there doing some beautiful chores right now. We're going to do a beautiful patio. We're going to make a patio today with him. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm looking at my phone here just to see if anybody was able to join us. Yay! Hi, Cuz. Hi, Angie baby. And hi, Marilyn. But thank you for joining me today. Also subscribe to our Be in the World Yoga not Facebook. Subscribe to our Be in the World Yoga website. And when you do that, I have a treat for you, which I'm going to be sending out today to everybody who has subscribed. So you'll find out what that is, but you have to subscribe first. Sound like a salesman right now. But anyway, the light in me is honored in the light in you. So namaste and have a perfect, wonderful, creative day. John, can you take us off the air? Babe. John? Okay.